You are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Well, hello crafty friends. It is Holly with Melody Lane Inspired, and we have a new Cricut challenge giveaway for you. So today is National Card Making Day. So in honor of that, Cricut put together this great challenge, and it runs from today through October 12th. Now, to enter this, there's a specific card base that you'll go ahead and use as a starting point, and then you can go ahead and decorate it however you want. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put that card base together. And then you can decorate it in any theme you want. I'm going to go ahead, because we're in the biggest card making season, I'm going to go ahead and make it into a Christmas card one. Now this card was created by the very talented Mary Penn. So thank you, Mary, for this awesome card design. Now we're ready to go ahead and put our card together. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and lay out our base and the matting. So white pieces are going to be our base pieces. And then we have two different colors of matting. We have our green and then our red and white print and cut paper that we did in Design Space. So first thing I want to do is get these all laid out and then get the matting set on them. And then these three pieces will all have the same score lines. I kind of bent it here so you could see where the score lines are. So we're going to lay these out, but we want to make sure they are all going the same direction. So for this, I'm going to have the little section on my right here. Okay, so this piece here is going to be for our back sediment. And then we're going to go ahead and lay out our green pieces. So we have our big one that will go here. And then you can see the score marks here. So we'll go ahead and lay our green. And Chimney's back, guys. Chimney's in my craft area, so you may hear a cricket. Okay, so we'll go ahead. That piece will go there. This piece will go there. And then this piece will go on there also. Now we're going to take the print and cut or pattern paper that you're using, and we're going to go ahead and lay these out also. Now if you're making the same card or with stripes, you want to make sure your stripes are going the same direction. And then this piece is the front that my sentiment here is going to go on, but I use some Cricut shimmer paper to go ahead and use for the matting for that piece. So now we're just going to go ahead and glue all those top matting pieces to the other matting pieces. I love this glue press. This is the My Sweet Petunia glue press, which, oh my gosh, you barely have to squeeze it all. It's so easy. So especially those who have pain in your hands or arthritis, love that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and fold our base. So when we look at our base, you want your large section to the right here, and then to the left we'll have our two smaller sections. So we're going to go ahead and fold. I'm just going to go ahead and burnish along that score line. So for our card base here, our first fold is going to be a mountain fold followed by a valley fold. So on the right side of the card, you're going to have the base and then kind of like a Z fold from the top. After I get my fold, I'm just going to go ahead and burnish along that fold. And I'm going to do the same thing on this piece. Okay. So there is our base there. And now I'm ready to go ahead and put my matte pieces on the base here. And then when you do these pieces, whether you're doing stripes or say a pattern paper, make sure that print is continuing. You'll know which one needs to go on the right and the left here. That way it just continues your pattern. So there we have our base there. And then this piece is going to go on the back, but I did make another sentiment piece I want to glue on first. So this is a sentiment I made in Design Space, and I created it as print and cut. So super easy, you just print it out, put it on, and then I always like to leave a little room here too. That way you can go ahead and sign your names. And whatever little memo you want to leave. So then we will have that. And make sure when you glue this on the back, you don't put it upside down, because that's totally something I would do. Now the back of our card is all finished. I'm gonna go ahead and move this out of the way. So now let's go ahead and work on these 3 pieces. Now on each of these, there are the 3 score lines. So we have one right here, and right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and burnish these score lines in both directions, actually. And then final result, you want each fold to be a mountain fold. That way it can go ahead and look kind of like a square there, where it's just missing a section. And now we can go ahead and glue our matting piece on. And then we can go ahead and do the same thing for each of these pieces here. So when I first burnish the score lines, I'm just going to start with a valley fold because I ultimately want it a mountain fold. Now, before we go ahead and glue all these pieces together, we're going to go ahead and put together my image for the left side here, which I cut again from Cricut shimmer paper, which I love. I wish they still made it. This green here, and then on top of it, I cut some Cricut glitter cardstock. So we're just going to go ahead and glue that on top of there. Sorry guys, Jiminy, my Cricut is right in my craft area, so you may hear him Cricut every now and then. Maybe he knows this is my Cricut area, and that's why he wants to be here. I tell him, don't you have to go wish upon a star or something, Jiminy? So we're going to go ahead and line this up on here. And then we have a teeny tiny little piece for the top of the hook. So I'm just going to put that on. It's finished. And now I'm just going to go ahead and glue my sentiment here. So both of these I cut with Cricut glitter cardstock. And then this is going to go on the top here, but as you can see, not all of my G I have it hanging over, so I want to make sure not to put glue on all of that there. It doesn't look sparkly on camera, it's hard to get the sparkly, but it's definitely white glitter cardstock. Just go ahead and put this on. I have that all done. Now we're going to go ahead and work on gluing these pieces on. Okay, first I want to go ahead and line these up from largest to smallest. There we go. Okay, first up is we are going to take our largest piece. We're going to go ahead and open it up. Now you're going to want it centered top to bottom. And then you are going to take this piece here and you are going to butt it right up against the second score line right here. Now this is important. You want to look at your card, make sure you have it straight, because I have it crooked, which is perfectly fitting for me. And then we're going to go ahead and open this up. And then we're going to go ahead and put the glue right here on this area. Go ahead and close that down and make sure you look at it here if you need to make any adjustments. Go ahead and make those adjustments. So now we're going to take the little short tab right here and we're going to go ahead and put glue on that side. So now we have the glue on there. We're just going to fold it so that glue line is in the center there. Then we're just going to go ahead and fold up our card base and go ahead and press it down. You can go ahead and take your brayer and go over it also. And then it should look like that. Now we're going to take our next size piece, the middle size piece. Now we want to butt this up against our first pop-up piece here. Now go ahead and fold it down, make sure it looks right before you do that, which I can see here. I need to move mine up a little bit. Which I think is good there. So go ahead and hold that in place. Open it up, and then go ahead and we're gonna now put the glue on here. And then again, we're gonna go ahead and fold that over. Look quickly, make sure you have it lined up and even. And again, we're gonna put glue on that small section there. But you do want to fold this over so that the glue part is in the center there. Just gonna go ahead, and now because we have the mechanism on the front, we can't fold from the back, we're gonna fold from the front. So we're gonna take this piece here, so we're the glue part, and we're just gonna press it down as it will lay. So to go ahead and glue there, and we can go ahead and hit it with the brayer. And then we have our final pop-up piece here. You're gonna wanna make sure you have that tab coming down to the right. We're gonna go ahead and open this up. And then just like we did with that last one, we're gonna go ahead and butt this side up against the edge right here. Our card there. So then we're gonna go ahead and put glue on this section here. Again, we're just gonna fold that down with the brayer. Then we open that, and now we're gonna go ahead and put glue on the section here that's gonna fold down. But you do want to fold that over so the glue is the second section over here. And then we're gonna do what we did with the last one, where we're just gonna fold the card and let that go where it will. There. Hit it with the brayer. Now we have all of our mechanisms done. Isn't that fun? That's so fun. Think you could do a card this way too, and it could be like a cake. But if you want it to stand up, doing it sideways is better. But now you can see from the top what it looks like with all those. And now we are almost done. First, I'm gonna go ahead and take my piece here. And I just noticed there was a little green piece I didn't weed out in the top of my ornament, so I got that. This piece here we're just gonna put on here. Now we're gonna go ahead and take this piece here and we're gonna glue it. So you're gonna butt it up there, but when you put glue on it, it's not gonna stick on the second and the third, so you only wanna put glue on it to here. Stick that on like that. Make sure you get it straight. And then our final piece, we are gonna glue this on there. And as soon as I put glue everywhere, I thought, oh, I don't want glue on all this. You wanna make sure you're just gluing what you're sticking on, which I put glue too high and too low. I don't want those to stick on. So think of that when you're putting your glue on here. And then once that looks straight, I'm gonna go ahead and just take my brayer over that also. And we have a finished card. So I don't know about you guys, but I love the whole mid-century look. And when I seen these ornaments, it made me think kind of mid-century. And then so I went and looked for a mid-century design here, which this actually said no L and had letters cut out. But I went ahead and just took the base of it, contoured it, and then found Season's Greetings. How fun of a card design is that? Thank you, Mary Penn. And then on the back, we have our sentiment here. You can literally make this base to make a card for any holiday or any sentiment. So I can't wait to see what you guys do. And how great is it that we can make our own print and cut papers in Design Space too, which I love because I don't have to go through a store looking and buying like perfect papers. I can just look in Design Space and like create the perfect paper for my project. So make sure you guys get your entries in to go ahead and win that big prize bundle from Cricut. But have fun with this, guys. Now that you've seen what I've done with the card, now it's your guys' turn. So can't wait to see what you guys make with this. Couple things to mention: when you design your project, you must use only Cricut Design Space images and fonts in your project, which for us, it will be going on in our Cricut Design Space Facebook group. So in the group, you will go ahead and post a photo of your finished card. And in your post, it must include the link to the project. That way others can make it too. Just think when we get done with this, how many options of this card there'll be to choose from. It'll be so cool to see too. And I bet you won't find two that are exactly alike. They're like snowflakes, right? And then also in that post, just a short note about what inspired that project. Also add the hashtag Melody Lane Card Day. That way we can go ahead and get all the entrees. That's food. That way we can get all the entries, not entrees. So in the post to enter, you will want to first go ahead and put a photo, because we want a photo of the finished card. Secondly, you're going to put the link to the project in Design Space. And usually we have limits on how many times you can enter our giveaway, but for this one, you can enter as many times as you like. But each time you enter, it has to be a different card, even though the base is the same. But you know, maybe you do a Christmas card, and then you do a birthday card, and you do a wedding card. So you can enter as much as you like with this. I cannot wait to see what you guys do with this. And again, this is open till October 12th, midnight local time. And it's open to US and Canadian only, except Quebec. Sorry, Quebec. They have weird laws there, and I always feel bad having to exclude you, but I'm sorry. As always, thank you guys so much for joining us, and happy National Card Making Day. Please flood the groups today with all the cards you make. Even if it's not for the project, let's just have a day filled with like all sorts of card inspiration in the groups. So hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Happy crafting, and hope this inspires you, and can't wait to see what you guys do. All right, bye guys.